Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Honorable Lieutenant General Nasir Khan Janjua, National Security Advisor, Ms. Irina Chernykh, Chief Research Fellow, Kazakhstan Institute for Strategic Studies, Mr. Bedulitov Nuradil Isenbekovich, Deputy Director, National Institute of Strategic Studies, Dr. Khudubardi Kholik Nazar, Director, Central Center for Strategic Studies, Mr. Mardan Behram Dordif, Deputy Minister of Finance and Economy of Turkmenistan, Mr. Ikramov Adam Adkham Ilkhamovich, former Vice Prime Minister and presently Chairman of Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Republic of Uzbekistan, Major General Syed Khalid Amir Jafri, Ms. Tamina Janjua, Foreign Secretary, Government of Pakistan, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to compliment the organizers on organizing a very important conference on Pakistan, Central Asia cooperation and as an area of opportunity. Pakistan and Central Asia share a very historic, cultural, religious, political history. And I became for the first time a convert to the future of Pakistan and Central Asia when in 1990 I got the opportunity to be member of Pakistan's first official delegation that visited the 6 Central Asian republics at the time when CIS was being formed. So those were very transformational and very interesting times. CIS had just been formed, new republics had emerged, and at that time we got to meet with the leadership and see firsthand what is the opportunity of cooperation between the two countries. And then I realized that Pakistan and Central Asia have so much in common, from our cuisine to our dress to our culture to our political history, whether it is the Mughal history or before, or it is our dress. You know, you find in Central Asia, it is again the kurta and pajama, that is the dress. You find the kebab and pulao and all varieties of pulao in Central Asia that we eat here. So everything what we have in our culture has roots in Central Asia. But unfortunately, there was a gap that did not allow us to continue our strong bonds, and now these bonds are again becoming stronger. Ladies and gentlemen, we live today in an era which is an age of connectivity, collaboration, and networked economy. The world is becoming a global village. And unfortunately, at the time when the economies are becoming more connected through global supply chains and global production chains, we find that at political level, the world is becoming more fractured. And that is creating a tension within the global order. At a time when the countries are becoming more integrated economically, to have political fractures in the global order is a cause of concern. And also a challenge for the world leadership, that we need to create more spaces of collaboration between countries and regions so that we can all join hands to make this world a better place, a securer place, and a world in which we can fight terrorism, poverty, climate change, and those problems which are not confined to any particular country and region but are global problems. So therefore, this is an age where we need to look for opportunities of cooperation beyond our borders. How can we connect with other countries? How can we connect with other regions? In our region, there are tremendous opportunities because it is estimated that by 2050, Asia will contribute 52% to the world GDP. Asia is the continent of the future where billions of people will come out of poverty in 21st century. And this will create opportunities for not only our regions, but also for the global economy for growth. Within Asia, we have three engines of growth located around Pakistan. Pakistan is uniquely located at the intersection of three regions which will show growth in the coming decades and which have a promise to take leapfrog jump in future. South Asia, China, and Central Asia. And Pakistan can create opportunities of connectivity in this region to translate these three regions into one big region of 3 billion population comprising of South Asia, China, and Central Asia. And that is one of the main pillars of Pakistan's Vision 2025 that seeks to place Pakistan in the orbit of geoeconomics in this region, away from the orbit of geopolitics in which we have been oscillating for 70 years. Past 70 years, Pakistan has played role in geopolitics and has been involved in different wars in this region. That has not brought us any dividend. Actually, we are still paying the price of the geopolitics with 3 million refugees in Pakistan, with drugs running in our streets, and with the Kalashnikov culture that came to this region, now intends to move towards geoeconomics of this region, where we can connect these countries and this region to become a hub of trade, commerce, and business. Because 21st century, ladies and gentlemen, is the century of economics. It is not the century of politics. 20th century was century of politics, in which imperialism was packing up, in which countries were fighting freedom movements, in which we had different alignments in the world. There was a capitalist bloc, there was a communist bloc, there was a non-aligned bloc, and there were all kinds of political alliances in the 20th century. In 21st century, there are only economic alliances and economic clubs. What matters in 21st century, what is the per capita income of that country and what is the GDP size of that country? Countries today sit in G7, G20, G77, not on the basis of their political ideology, they sit there on the basis of the size of their purse. So therefore, today every country is focusing on developing opportunities for its people to grow economically, to bring prosperity to their country. But today, prosperity is no longer confined to national boundaries. Prosperity can only be found if countries can learn to collaborate, if countries can learn to join hands to take advantage of the synergies in regional cooperation and mutual cooperation. And in this spirit, Pakistan has placed regional cooperation and connectivity as one of the 7 pillars of its Vision 2025, through which we hope to become one of the top 25 economies in the world. And China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is a step in that direction. Through China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, we have a portfolio of over $46 billion that will invest in Pakistan's energy sector to make Pakistan self-reliant in energy. It will invest in Pakistan's transport infrastructure to create a world-class connectivity between Pakistan and China. It will invest in Gwadar Port so that Gwadar Port becomes a leading smart port city of the region to become hub of the maritime trade and also be a connecting point for the land route of Belt and Road Initiative and the maritime Silk Route, which will pass through Indian Ocean. And also through CPEC, we hope to set up special economic zones in different parts of Pakistan along the corridor so that we can attract investment to create centers of production to meet the requirement of the regional and the global supply chain, and also take advantage of the relocation of industry from China, which is moving out because of the rise in the wages. Central Asia and Pakistan both will benefit from the platform or the infrastructure that is being constructed under China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. We hear a lot about CPEC because it has gained a lot of traction. But let me also highlight that Pakistan is also a member of another very important initiative as part of its regional connectivity vision, and that is CAREC, Central Asia Region Economic Cooperation Platform, which is supported by Asian Development Bank and World Bank, through which we are working to create new corridors that will be based on China-Pakistan Economic Corridor and connect Pakistan, China, and Central Asia to the west. One corridor will go from Pakistan to Kabul and Kabul to Tajikistan. And other corridor will go from Gwadar to Quetta and Quetta to Herat, Herat to Turkmenistan. So these are the two corridors which will not only provide connectivity to Central Asian republics, but extend this connectivity right up to Russia, because there is already a strong infrastructure network that exists between Russia and Central Asian republics through land and road. So we have an opportunity through China-Pakistan Economic Corridor and CAREC to create a platform for Eurasian cooperation. And this will be a game changer for not only this region, but also all the countries that are located in Europe and in Asia, as well as Africa and Southeast Asia. We hope to complete these corridors within next few years, and they will, inshallah, help us promote cooperation between the two countries. But let me also highlight that along with CAREC, we are also undertaking CASA 1000 project that will create a platform for electricity transmission within this region from Kyrgyzstan to Tajikistan to Afghanistan to Pakistan. And we can take advantage of the opportunities of power generation that exist in Central Asia and take them even up to, from Pakistan up to India, if India also decides to join. And that will also become a major opportunity in energy sector for these countries. We are also undertaking we are committed to complete TAPI as early as possible, on which work has started. And this again, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India gas pipeline project has immense potential to connect these countries on trade and commerce. However, while we are pursuing all these cooperative ventures, I think there is one major impediment that continues to block the potential of Pakistan and Central Asia, and that is air connectivity. Most of you must have experienced that to travel to Pakistan, you may have taken airlines through one of the Gulf transit points. And that makes a journey of 1 hour or maximum 1.5 hours, a journey of at times 8 to 12 hours. And that is a big blockade. And I would say that one important challenge for us is how fast can we set up direct air links between our countries, because all the Central Asian republics are in a radius of 1 to 2 hours flying time from Pakistan. Airlines or air traffic will not work unless we also agree to have visa regimes. If our visa regimes continue to be strict, we will only fly empty aircraft, and those empty aircrafts will not fly for too long. They will again be closed. So I think the other important challenge between us is how can we promote people-to-people cooperation by removing restrictions on making at least visa easy for our businessmen, for our tourists to travel, because this traffic will connect the two countries to come together. Another very important area and barrier for cooperation between our countries is language, because in most of the Central Asian republics, their official business besides their own language is conducted in Russian language. And here we have English language. So Pakistan is also now giving resources. We are starting from this year a Russian language program for our science scholars, so that they can study Russian language, and through Russian language they can get admissions in top science universities in Central Asia and Russia, so that we can also remove the Russian language barrier. And I remember there used to be a very big Urdu language institute in Tashkent at one time in Uzbekistan, and I think we need to promote language cooperation between the two countries, so that in Pakistan more and more people know Central Asian language, and in Central Asian republics more and more people can know Urdu language. We also need to work for cooperation in media, and there is a need to undertake collective media production, dramas, movies between the production houses of Pakistan and Central Asia, so that people can know that how much we share, how much we have common in our culture, in our heritage, and that will create strong bonds. And finally, I also believe that one of the strong foundation for future is cooperation among the youth. We need to strengthen cooperation between our universities, so that our universities become hubs of our cooperation at student level and at faculty level. And I am also pleased to announce that this year Pakistan is also starting University of Central Asia and Pakistan, in which we hope that this university will have students and faculty from all the Central Asian republics to become a knowledge base through which we can try to develop a new knowledge for regional understanding, better regional understanding, and also we can develop solutions for the problems that this region faces as a whole, in science, in climate change, in other areas, security, in politics. That university will become an important place of cooperation between the two countries. So finally, I hope that China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, that is laying down a platform of cooperation between Pakistan and China, it through its long-term plan envisages that this will integrate this region into one robust market or economic zone for the world economy. Pakistan and Central Asian republics can find opportunities of cooperation, collaboration between their businesses, between their people, and government to the government cooperation, so that the opportunity that is before us, 52% of the world GDP, this region has maximum share in that emerging opportunity for this region in the world. With these remarks, I welcome you all and hope that this cooperation will be able to give us a roadmap on which we can work together to bring our countries even closer together for future Pakistan, Central Asian Republic, friendship, Zindabad.